None. He shouts, the Parisian cafe erupting. But it's too late. Outside, the numbers flash, 300 million. That's how many people on the African continent speak French. Wait, what? More than France itself? Absolutely. And with Africa's booming population, it's only getting bigger. Prepare to have your assumptions shattered about language, power, and cold, hard cash. For centuries, narratives about Africa have been painted by outsiders. Stories of struggle, of dependence, of limitations. But beneath the surface, a vibrant reality thrives. A reality of ingenuity, resilience, and a quiet revolution. Today, we delve into a story that challenges these perceptions. A story that reveals a hidden truth about Africa's global influence. It's a story about language, about power, and about money. Think of France. What comes to mind? The Eiffel Tower. Baguettes. Perhaps the French language. It's easy to assume the heart of French is firmly planted in Europe. But what if I told you that the world's largest French-speaking population isn't in Paris, but on the African continent? It's true. Africa has more French speakers than France. And the gap is widening. While France boasts around 67 million speakers, various statistics indicate that Africa now has well over 141 million people who speak French. This isn't a recent phenomenon either. Back in 2018, the Organisation Internationale de la Francophonie already recognized the growing influence of French in Africa. But the real surprise, this growth is projected to explode. Demographic projections show that by 2050, Africa will house a staggering 85% of the world's French speakers. That's right. 85%. The language of Voltaire and Hugo, once a symbol of colonial power, is being reshaped and redefined by a continent brimming with potential. But here's where it gets truly interesting. This isn't just about numbers. It's about economic power. It's about cultural influence. And it's about a shift in the global landscape that few are prepared for. Think about the economic implications. Why it matters now. But this isn't just a linguistic quirk, a trivia tidbit for your next pop quiz. This boom in Francophone Africa has serious implications, especially when you consider the entrepreneurial spirit bubbling beneath the surface. Look at Nigeria, a nation brimming with ambition. The average Nigerian entrepreneur. They don't just dip their toes in the water. They dive in headfirst, and repeatedly. Before the age of 30, most will have already started, failed, and learned from at least 3 different businesses. 3. That's a relentless drive, a refusal to be defined by setbacks. Now, picture that energy, that tenacity, amplified across the entire continent. Think about the potential of millions of young Africans, bilingual and biliterate, ready to bridge the gap between Anglophone and Francophone markets. Suddenly, those language skills aren't just academic, they're economic superpowers. Consider the African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA. This agreement connects 1.3 billion people and aims to create the largest free trade area in the world. It went into effect in 2021. What's the language used by the AfCFTA Secretariat in all official communications? Both English and French. But here's where things get really interesting. In 1960, the year many African nations gained their independence, France's population was roughly 46 million. Today, the number of French speakers in sub-Saharan Africa alone already dwarfs that figure. And here's the kicker, as predicted by various studies that go unheeded, by 2050, Africa is projected to hold over 85% of the world's French speakers. Wait, what? So, Africa, the sleeping giant, continues to wake up and surprise the world. Who knew that Francophone Africa would one day eclipse France itself in the number of French speakers? But this isn't just a quirky statistic. This burgeoning French-speaking population represents a massive, interconnected market. Imagine the opportunities for businesses, entrepreneurs, and creatives who can tap into that potential. Understanding and leveraging this linguistic landscape is crucial for economic growth and fostering Pan-African collaboration. And if you're looking to create content that resonates with this expanding audience, or just want to tell your own African story, check out our Creator Kit. At just $47, you get everything you need to start producing professional quality videos and podcasts. Find it at pornoafric.com/shop.html. Finally, the question is, with the resources and people here, is Africa still not being given the credit it deserves? What do you think? Did they hide the truth? Thinking face.